This is Imaginary Me, where we see through the illusion of the separate self. Welcome back. It's Imaginary Me. I wonder, what are your expectations about self-realization? What do you expect to happen? This is a big issue for a lot of people, that their expectations don't match the reality. What do you expect from self-realization when it happens, the big event? Do you expect it to be a big event? Do you expect fireworks, unending bliss? Do you expect the heavens to open and the angels to sing? Kundalini will erupt, and you'll be transported into visions and ecstasy, never ending. Do you think the character that you believe yourself to be in this world will disappear in a big puff of smoke? We hear a lot of stories about other people's enlightenment experience, self-realization experience. And we think that, if it's not that, it must not be real. It must not be for me. There are a few things to say about this. First of all, self-realization is not an experience. I have an entire small little podcast about that. So if you want a deeper dive into why self-realization is not an experience, I invite you to go over and listen to that. In brief, it's not an experience because it's what you are. Self-realization is simply the realizing of your true nature, which is already and always the case. It's nothing you're adding on. It's not a new thing. It's not an achievement to strive for. You're already there. All the masters from prior ages have always said this. You are that. You are already it. But then we also hear people working toward it, and you have to be on this progressive path. And it's like, well, if I am it, why hasn't that happened already? In a nutshell, self-realization is always the case, but you haven't realized it yet. You already are effortless, aware being, infinite, clear, without boundaries, without center, having never entered into this world at all. That's what you are already. The realization part is seeing that. That's all. It's seeing who you really are, period. The realization itself is nothing special. Absolutely nothing special, because it's already the case of who you are. It's not an achievement. A big problem I had in my own journey, and there's no journey to self-realization, by the way, that's a complete falsehood. But we're using language to talk about a character's journey toward enlightenment, although that's completely and utterly wrong, and don't believe a word of it. But, cut me some slack on the language, and we'll be able to talk about this together with no hiccups. But if I could use the term journey, which I don't like, but my personal journey was full of misguided expectations. I expected some kind of grand event that would blow my mind and make me sit in a cave for years, or sit on a park bench like Eckhart Tolle for years, give me untold wisdom, solve all of life's problems, never have another problem, no problems with money, housing, relationships, end all wars. You could add anything to the list. Become Superman. Develop powers. Oh, that's always a big one, isn't it? What kind of powers will you have after self-realization? It's not to say these things can't arise, but the expectation of them is just a blocker and a waste of time. Again, what is self-realization? It's knowing who you really are. Period. That's it. It's nothing special. Anything that comes after that is merely an add-on and varies widely depending on the individual. I've never heard of two experiences of self-realization that were the same. But you see the danger in this. Even my language is dangerous. I'm using the word experience as if self-realization is an experience. I just said it's not an experience, but here I am using the word. Don't get caught in the language. Language is a big part of the problem. Because if we're going to talk about these things and share in this understanding to the best of our ability, we have to use language. But inherently, it sucks and it's wrong. You won't get far if you just trust the words. The words are pointers at best and very poor ones at that. So look beyond the words. So if self-realization is not an experience, what should we do with the expectations? Well, drop them. You need to enter that cloud of unknowing, a wonderful Christian mystic phrase, the cloud of unknowing. Forget expectations. Drop them. If you have expectations, they're only in the form of thinking anyway. You are not your thoughts. They're appearing automatically within you. Drop the expectations. Simply look within and see who you really are. What's an easy way to do that? Well, everything in every so-called experience you have points back to yourself. Anything can point you back to yourself. So there's no method to this because there's no method to get to where you already are. But if you wanted to have something very simple that you can use, I suggest effortless meditation. I've got a little podcast on that too, where I take you through one version of that. You can refer to that if you want to, but basically just be aware or simply notice the various forms arising effortlessly and equally where you are now. Are there any sounds around? Sights, sensations, perceptions, thoughts, emotions? That's basic. All of that is basically the umbrella categories of your total experience. Just notice what's arising. That's it. And then turn the attention also to what's noticing the arising. Become aware of being aware. That's it. Anything that's added on the path to or after self-realization is completely incidental. Those are simply experiences that appear within what you are. They have nothing to do with self-realization. You can have the most amazing visions of hell or heaven. You could have bliss and ecstasy. You could have whatever experience you can think of. It's still an experience appearing within you. And self-realization has nothing to do with any of that. It is the knowing of your true self. And that's all there is to it. So my advice is, don't waste any more time chasing expectations, imagining what it might be like. Simply drop all of that and drop into what you already, always, eternally are. Effortless aware being. There's nothing stopping you from doing that right now. That's all for now. Until next time, take care and enjoy yourself.